TV network here with my main man, Grant, for 50 years. Bro, tell me how it feels, man, to be in a prayer session today with just brothers from wall to wall.
Listen, everybody that can hear my voice, men, even women, you need to get this book. This is groundbreaking for black men, for fathers, for sons. It is groundbreaking in terms of your upbringing and all of the misnomers that we have in our community. This was life-changing, and I'm going to make sure that this brother's name, Romo Toon, I'm going to make sure that his name is heard around the world. Even though it already is known, I'm going to make it that much more known. This thing changed my life. It taught me to stop holding on to narratives that can't be changed and letting those things be the filter by which I see the world. And that's problematic in our community. And that's something that we really need to grab a hold to. He talked about therapy, which is taboo in our community, but therapeutic conversations and therapy in and of itself is something that I believe we all need so that we can really get a hold of who we truly are and not live vicariously through our narrative and the things that we experience, the trauma we experience in our upbringing, and always allowing those things to be the reason why we can excel to who we really are created to be. So yeah, it was life-changing for me.
Pick TV Network special up close interview. We here with my man, Pastor Maxwell, and the brand new book author that the world loves. We just seen some brothers' life change as they were educated, informed, and inspired. Pastor Maxwell, what made you put this great men's prayer breakfast together?
Listen, the inspiration is Ramon Toon's book, I Wish My Dad. Power, vulnerable conversations between fathers and sons. You know the work we've done in the men's ministry in the community and really throughout the world. And fathers and sons are at a difficult time period. The pandemic exacerbated that. So we need tools and we need new voices. And the work that he did in his resource in his book is transformational. And my prayer is that we get millions of men and fathers, as well as wives and mothers, to get this resource so we can provide some new help and new tools, especially in the area of mental health and mental well-being. And that's the critical work that we seek to do.
You know, coming from Atlanta to come here to DC, you're not in a prison environment. You're one brothers from wall to wall. You're not selling drugs. You're not putting them in an environment where they're carrying guns. You were ministering to brothers from all walks of life today. How did that feel?
You know, I'm used to it, but what I never gets old to me is having the opportunity to talk to brothers and have them share their heart. I think with this type of work, talking about I Wish My Dad, men have been waiting for permission to share their feelings and to tell their stories. So although I get to do it often, it's always refreshing to hear men share their stories and feel like they're in protected space, knowing that no one's going to weaponize their journey against them and that they'll be held with open hands and embraced with love.
Wow. Pastor Maxwell, again, you know, we've been friends for 20 years. You have funerals at this church. You've seen people shot down. You've seen people killed. How do you feel to give life back to brothers? I mean, wall-to-wall brothers were in an environment today, again, not shooting each other. There was no fighting. There was no violence. There was no cursing. There was nothing but love.
Well, that's one of the type of stigmas that they try to assign to black men, period. So that's all we about. And we way beyond that, and we have so much more to offer to the world. And it's always great to get men together. And we did it here in the church, but the church is broken. The church is at risk. The church is trying to find its identity, especially after the pandemic. So we need to go beyond the four walls of church and invade the spaces of community. And really the true church is in the street, because Jesus was a street king. He wasn't really all into the temple as we are. He was into the street. And so we need to take this message, I Wish My Dad, into the highways and byways, into the brothers, into the hood, and have these kind of conversations and create, spaces to have healthy conversations to talk about this, because a lot of honesty and vulnerability is not happening in our community, and we're just now getting into the first steps of accepting mental health and therapy. Therapy has been a negative word, but it's a critical need there in our community, and we're just at the embryo stages of that. We want to be part of the unfolding and the empowering and equipping and building institutions and therapeutic places that men who don't have money in the hood can come to, that they can get the therapy they need to. And there's a lot of pro bono therapy that's happening out here. We just need to know that there's access and show them where they can access it.
Wow. Pick TV
Therapy
Network.
and mental health is critical.
Thank you, sir. Pick TV Network. We'll be right back. A lot of times when you bring black men together like that, you in prison, they say something gonna happen. But this was all brothers coming together in love. The prayer breakfast here, friendship, and Pastor Maxwell did a wonderful job. And the book author was amazing.
Yeah. Reverend Toon is he's a breakthrough author.
Yeah.
And this was, I think what you saw was freedom. The other texts you mentioned are confined, whether it's school, incarceration, or even at home.
Yeah.
But this was freedom. And as black men, we don't get that freedom.
And it's so good to have a black man with a book instead of a gun. A black man holding a book today and another black man teaching and talking about it.
That's right. A smart black man with a book is a dangerous thing to some people.
You enjoyed the program. How you enjoyed the program today?
I enjoyed the program immensely. It was refreshing, first of all, to see a group of black men discussing what affects us in our community. The author, Mr. Ramal Toon, was really relevant, talking about issues that affect all of us. I mean, I identify with a lot of what he said in my own experience of, things that I wish, I could have asked my dad. My dad has passed on that transition. But he has given us what I believe is a groundwork which to move forward and to investigate and explore basically how we can be a better man, a better father, to be a son that can actually reach out and look at ourselves as well as our father and make a better relationships with one another.
Right. Keep watching Pick TV. We got more coming. What you feel coming into an atmosphere with brothers? We're not in prison. We're not selling drugs. We're not having guns. But how it feels to be with brothers, man? We got a book from another brother teaching us how to do it right.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. It made everything that you go through every day worth it, man. Because every time you see a brother, you kind of see a reflection of yourself. So it just really makes you feel like, you know what, we're gonna be all right. In a world that always is telling us to do something else or do something more. Sometimes you just want to feel all right with who you are. And this morning, that's what it was all about, man. It blessed me.
We had wall-to-wall brothers, man. Nobody's fighting each other, Doc. How did you feel being in the atmosphere with men? You wasn't intimidated. You wouldn't feel like you was gonna get robbed.
The Bible says that how good and pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity. Amen. We had a lot of unity here. Good to see older brothers, younger. It's such a mixture of brothers, diversity, especially the younger brothers. The older brothers need to be certainly mentoring younger men to position them into manhood. And this is the kind of format that we actually need. It was so successful. It's important because the subject was, of this book, I Wish My Dad, conversations that we could have with our fathers, those things that we need to share with our sons, those things that we need to share with our fathers. We need that back and forth kind of thing going on. It was a God moment, and we needed to replicate this. We need to keep these dialogues open so that we can learn more about how to really position ourselves into the world as young men and older men.
Yeah, young bloods. We got two young bloods here. How did you enjoy being with the older people today, getting good information?
I found it very informative, and it really helped, build father-son relationships. And it's important that we always just let God into our lives and to let Him, guide and order our footsteps and to restore any relationships we may be in conflict with. If that makes sense.
Wow. How old are you?
18.
18, man. The life is so beautiful here. You are our future. How did you feel, young blood, being here with the other brothers?
I felt that it was really good. There's a lot of unspoken trauma that goes on, especially with African American families and stuff, with Black families, and I think that it's good to talk about that stuff and bring it into the light.
Y'all gotta promise me you never go to prison, man.
Yeah, I promise.
Y'all gotta promise me you never go out there and do crazy stuff that will end your life early. Y'all promise me that?
Yes, sir.
Love you, man. And what's the TV network y'all gonna be watching?
Pick TV.
Pick TV, man. You know that's what it's
Pick
at.
TV network. We here at a men's prayer breakfast here at Friendship. Doc, tell me how you enjoy the program being around men. We're not selling drugs. We're not trying to kill each other. We're not trying to fight each other. We're not in prison. How do you feel in the atmosphere with Black men, wall to wall, in a learning environment?
Oh, it was awesome, and it was an environment for Black men to encourage and heal.
They said you up?
Not just the connection with their father, but with their kids also. So it was a great experience.
Wow, man. And then how you say that Black don't crack, man. Tell me, man, how you enjoy being with brothers today, man. And you got books in your hand, not a gun.
Oh man, it feels very amazing to be around all of our people and coming together, being vulnerable, lifting each other up, and just encouraging one another, and just sticking together how we should in the name of God.
Man, thank you, brothers. How y'all enjoy the program today with men not carrying guns, not killing each other, not in jail, but brothers learning and being educated by a book?
I thought it was very transformative. I thought it was a good experience learning how to reflect and how that's different from just thinking and holding something within yourself, but connecting with others so that you can actually get feedback on your thoughts and emotions and to actually release those, because that's human.
Wow.
All of that is something I gotta learn.
Wow, amazing to have you guys to be here today on Pick TV Network. I want to thank you for just attending, supporting this event and being with some other brothers who are willing to learn, man, so we can make the world a better place. Absolutely. Hey, what's the TV network y'all gonna be checking out?
Pick TV Network.
Pick TV Network here today. My brother, tell me, man, how did it feel to have you and your son in a position of learning and being blessed by other men in this environment today?
Hey man, this is just an awesome experience, man. I'm so grateful to be here first and foremost. For my son to be a part of a fellowship of all men in this moment, to be vulnerable and transparent and honest, I think it's such an essential thing for him to see and to be a part of, and I'm grateful to be a part of it as well. I learned a lot today. There was a lot of great information that was shared. I appreciate Pastor Maxwell for hosting this event, and Brother Toon for, just being available and just, giving this information because it's needed. It's needed in today. It's a lot of men, including myself, man, that are broken, that are dealing with things internally, some trauma that just need to be resolved, man. And he gave some essential tools, man, to get beyond that place and to be healthy.
Wow.
So, I'm grateful for it, man. I think it was a wonderful event, and I'm looking forward to this book. I wish my dad, I'm looking forward to it because I know it's going to bless me, and I know it's going to bless my son, so I'm grateful for it, man.
How old are you, little man? 8 years old. The world is waiting for you, man. And I love to see a father with a son, man. And that's the most beautiful thing. And to be an African American young man, you got to promise me you'll never go on drugs, you'll never go to prison, you'll never go out there and do the wrong things. You're gonna hang with the good kids, doing good things, and you may be the next president. You may be the next doctor, lawyer. You're the next person who will change this world.
Yes, sir.
So thank you, Doc. How you enjoy the program today, being with the brothers in this prayer breakfast?
I enjoyed it a lot. I really did. It definitely spoke to a piece of me that I knew needed to be healed. And I'm glad that my pastor invited me to this. He's also my mentor, so I'm glad he invited me to this. Just because I know it's a lot of healing that I need to do personally for myself, as far as like the transgressions of my past and my father, and forgiving things that have happened in the past. So I definitely want to say, like, this fed my soul a lot. Now, I ain't expect y'all to make me cry like that, but it's all good. It's all good.
No, we needed that, man. And to be a Black man in an environment with Black brothers, with a book, not a gun, not drugs, man.
Yeah.
And it was just a sea of peace.
Absolutely. Absolutely, it was definitely peaceful.
And the food was good too, right?
The food was good. Yeah, y'all did that. Y'all did that with the food.
Day. And how? What did you learn?
I really enjoyed it. I more so learned it was more brothers like myself, especially when they talked about killing their own dads, because I also felt the same way when I was younger. But now that I'm older, that I got healed, also got therapy, married, had my own kids, it kind of made me start thinking differently. So that healing is a really big development in my life.
Now, who is this little person right here you got?
This my junior, my JR.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's the future right there.
Yeah.
That's the name but love. I guess look just like you too.
Yeah, that's why I got the book. Now, you look more so like my wife, but that's why I got the book.
Wow.
So that I can also pass it down to him when he becomes a father.
Wow. Thank you, my brother.
And it had me in tears. So just pulling it all together and ensuring that the brothers were able to get here on time and got the information that they needed to get here on time, and connecting with the caterer and working all those details out. It was just awesome. And I thank God for my sisters who came alongside to just help us to just do whatever it is we needed to do to get this day going. So we just bless God for all that he does for us and giving us the strength, the energy to go on. You know, the race isn't easy, but we're gonna run it on.
No, and I want to say to everybody watching Lady Maxwell and all the women around the world, it's Mother's Day week. It's your big week. Want to shout out to your mother.
Thank you.
And all the mothers who are watching today. This lady is a lady of love. She supports the ministry, she supports the church, and she works behind the scene. She's like, if it weren't for her, I don't know where we'd be, you know, keeping things going smooth. Pastor Maxwell has a really beautiful wife and a family. And you got to say a big shout out to your sister, Coach Yvette Evans.
Oh, absolutely. That's my girlfriend. That's my girl. We were on the phone the other day for hours. We wish we had more time to really connect, but we're going to make that happen. But I love her so much. Anytime I call her to do anything for our women's ministry, she's ready. She's available. And this summer we're going to do a piece with her coaching. And so we're excited about that. We haven't put it out to our women yet, but we're going to. And so we're going to do that in July. And we're so excited about that.
To God be the glory. Thank you.
Amen.